your life. We've already set the atmosphere. This will be the best year of your life, and we decided today to impregnate you with the thought process that not only have you seen God do it, but because you've seen God do it, that will give you a boost of confidence that God is able to take you. Now stand, keep standing. I want you to, while you're standing, to put your hands together and receive our special guest this morning, Brother Rodney Bigham, as he comes. Put your hands together. Now, when we say we've seen God do it, take your seats. This is actually going to be a part of our message, but this is going to be a different twist. We're going to interview him, and he's going to share his testimony, because when I went on social media one day and saw the terrible accident that he was involved in, I thought I was going to keep reading. I'm going to say the demise of Rodney Bigham, that he had died in this it was a fatal accident. I shared the news story on social media, and I hope many of you have already seen the story, but there's nothing like the person who went through the story standing before you and sharing it before you. I've seen God do it. Put your hands together once again and receive Rodney Bigham. Put your hands together and receive. Let's have a seat. Now, many of you know Rodney from a different phase of life. He's one of the nation's most popular, successful comedians. His resume says comedian.
Say all that.
Well, you got to understand something. I speak things into existence. So by me just declaring it, it shall be.
Hallelujah.
All right. You speaking, bro.
Your response is to say amen.
Amen.
Amen. It's not a joke. It's reality. I believe it. I believe it. But I want you to, but seriously though, I do. It's so ironic. Before your accident, I was having a conversation about you with one of the Hampton brothers, and we had made our minds up that you were very gifted and very talented, and we were going to invest in your career. Unbeknownst to you, we were going to invest in you because we saw something in you. And then I heard about your accident, but the devil has a funny way of trying to distort somebody and stopping somebody. What the devil did not know was what God was going to use your accident to propel you to an even higher level. So if you will, won't you just share with us? Let's start at the accident.
We can start back further than that.
Just take over my show. Go ahead.
Okay. January 8, 2008, I lost my brother in a big truck. It overturned, just like the one that I was in did.
Yes.
And I never wanted to drive a truck, but circumstances made it to where I didn't have a choice in life. That was the only job I could get. And I bought a truck and I drove it, and I hated it. Never wanted to drive a truck. And all year long, I had been asking God for a way out of the trucking business.
Wow.
And every time God would break that truck down, I'd fix it. And I put $5,000 in the transmission this year. You know, I kept repairing it. So this time, God said He's going to destroy the truck.
Wow.
I mean, it burnt it to a crisp. But it was so many things happened that night, because that load to Alabama, I didn't want to take. Everybody that knew me knew I didn't want to take that truck to Alabama. And right before I left at midnight, I said, Lord, come drive this truck, I'm holding the steering wheel.
My.
And I got sleepy around Baton Rouge. And I stopped, because I wasn't in no hurry. I didn't care about that luggage. I wasn't in no hurry. I stopped, took a nap. Now, this truck we talking about just all of a sudden started burning once I got to Alabama. It just caught fire.
Wow.
Why I didn't catch fire while I was in there sleeping? Because God had put everybody in place. He had put everybody in place. It was meant for me to get to that exit where the fire and the accident took place, because those guys that saved me had to be there at that same time.
Wow. So you recognize, even in tragedy, you recognize the hand of God.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because it's so crazy, you know. Because when I see the smoke coming in the truck, because it happened a week before the smoke came in.
Be more vivid and graphic. You said, I see this truck on fire. Now,
the truck is on fire. I'm driving the truck. The week before I was driving the truck, and smoke came in, and we couldn't figure out where it came from. Couldn't find no fire. So I drove it all that week, and then that particular morning, once I get to Alabama, the smoke comes in again. So I said, you know what? I'm not driving this truck back to Houston. I'm going to find a place for it, and I'm going to get away back. Well, when I exited the freeway, a little tray came out under the bottom. I see flames.
Wow.
It's in the center of the truck.
While you're driving?
While I'm driving. So at this point...
That's not a pickup truck.
No. It's a Freightliner. It's not a pickup truck. I got 50,000 pounds in the back. Wow. So I'm gonna exit the freeway. I got a fire extinguisher. But all this time I'm thinking I'm gonna get out, pull over, and I'm gonna fight this little fire and get a wrecker truck. Because once again, I'm gonna fix this truck.
Yes.
Right? So I'm gonna get out with my fire extinguisher. So I undone my seatbelt, and I'm thinking, get your phone off the dashboard in case the truck, break down. You'll be able to call somebody, tell them where you are. Well, at that point, when I stopped, the trailer started rolling over. I could see it rolling real slow. So the last thing I said was, Lord, don't let me die like my brother.
My.
And, I'm thinking I'm going to take the fall, it's going over slow. I'm going to jump down because, I'm still Superman at 50. And when the weight got to the cab of the truck, it slammed over. You know how you play hot hands or you trying to slap somebody? It slammed over. And the next thing I know,
the truck slammed over.
The truck slammed over. Next thing I know, I see blue sky and I'm floating. It's 4 white guys in Alabama.
4 white guys.
4 white guys in Alabama. In this day and age where we got all the race of tension going on, running with me. They weren't dragging me. It was one on each leg, one on each arm, and they're running. And they were able to run because they were young guys with their pants pulled up with belts on. They weren't trying to hold their pants up.
Say it again.
They were young guys with their pants pulled up with belts on. And they were running with me, man. And so...
You on fire?
No, not even the stench of smoke, brother. Wow. No fire.
The truck's on fire.
It was on fire when they came and got me out.
Wow.
At this point, I don't know what's going on. I wake up, tell them, put me down. I don't want 4 white guys running with me down, put me down. I asked them, was I dreaming? They say, no, sir, it's not a dream. I said, I need my phone. Because that was the last thing I'm thinking. I need to get my phone. They say, sir, that truck is done. I look back, we hear the first explosion. Boom. If I had woke up in that truck by myself at that point, disoriented, no telling what would have happened. If I hadn't undone that seatbelt when I did, I would have been stuck in the air because the truck landed on the passenger side, would put the driver's seat in the air. The flame was already in the middle. I'd have been burned up.
Wow.
But God had everything planned. I'm going to destroy this truck. God had everything planned. I'm destroying this truck because you keep telling me you want a way out of this trucking business. And it's just like the drowning man and get to heaven and say, Lord, why you didn't send me some help? I sent you 2 boats by there, you never would get in. You kept saying God was going to save you. Wow. So I'm being disobedient. You know how you got a child that's disobedient. Every now and then you got to smack them. But Jesus a little heavy-handed, let me tell y'all. Because I'm still dealing with this concussion. This concussion is better. But, these guys, I tell them, I say, put me down, man. I ask them, am I dreaming? And they say, no. So they run with me a little further. And so I know at this point I'm hurting, but I wasn't hurt. You know what I'm saying? Yes. We play ball together. We play football. I mean, when you get hit, and sometimes it's you're in pain, but you ain't hurt. I knew nothing was broken on me, man. And at that point, I knew that God had a hand in all of it.
You keep saying God.
I gotta keep saying God, man.
But the reason it's so amazing to me, because they don't know the backdrop, you keep saying God. I remember a conversation years ago we had when our real close friend, mutual friend, was a deacon in training at the church, and we were excited about his spiritual growth. And I invited him to church. You said, this is your exact words, I'm gonna paraphrase you. You said, man, that church stuff just ain't for me. He said, I was going to church and I missed some weeks, and the church came to my house and asked me about my tithe, not about how I was doing. You remember that conversation?
Yeah, I remember.
And they came by his house and asked for his money, but not how were you doing and why you missed church, but can you send your back tithes? And that's the story that breaks my heart, because there are hundreds of people out there that won't come in here, but they will follow me out there, but the church has wounded them so bad. The church hurt has crippled a lot of people. You were turned off by the church, but yet you give God credit.
See, I never gave up on God.
Listen to this.
See, because I never learned anything in church. I went to a lot of churches and I saw a bunch of shows.
Say it again, a bunch of what?
A bunch of shows. There was a lot of performances. And a lot of hooping and hollering. And then when you leave out of there, you say, well, what did the preacher talk about? I don't know, man, but he was talking. And I learned more in a jail cell by myself.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've been a whole lot of things, man, and I'm not ashamed of none of it. And that's why God saved me. See, they say God take care of babies and fools. I must be one of his favorite fools, because keep taking care of me.
I think you're one of his chosen. And I think in this generation, And what God is doing is taking broken people and he's using them because now we have what's called street cred. See, I can reach people out there.
That's right.
Because they say, well, if he keep going, it gotta be a God. That's why today I dedicated the whole, we've never just sung one song all Sunday. I said, I only want to hear one song today, and that's, I've seen God do it, because every time I think about you, I've seen God do it.
It's so much more he's done for me that you haven't seen. You know where I come from. You know who I am and what I used to do. I'm supposed to be in the penitentiary right now according to man, but God said no. According to man. Because I know what I've done. You know, and so sometimes you have to be thankful for the life that you don't deserve.
Oh, thankful for the life you don't deserve.
You instead of asking for something, instead of saying, God, thank you for not putting me where I'm supposed to be. You know, and not instead of being grateful for what you have. You know, you got 3 good tires, you complaining about the 1 bad tire. You know? The house falling down on one side, but it's standing on the other, but you won't go over there on the good side. You want to sit here and complain about that side. I know who I am. I know who I've been. I know where I am now. And I know why God saved me. God, see, man, look. If I get hit with a brick right now, you can say, man, I bet that hurt. But until we hit you with that same brick, then you don't know. So if you and I was to go into a prison and do prison ministry tomorrow, they sit there and go, man, that's just another preacher come down here. But when I say, hey, man, I used to be in one of them cells. I was the drug kingpin. I did that, man. Everything you think about doing, I done been. So when they see that, the experience, you know, you can read about it, but experience is the best teacher. You know? And I know what penitentiary does. It don't just hurt the person that go. It's people at home.
Come on, man of God.
You know, it's a little girl at home going, I wish my daddy was here to deal with me with this little boy that can hit me upside my head. But all I can do is write him, and he ain't gonna get this letter for 2 weeks. Then when he write me back, I won't get it for 2 weeks. It's a situation, and something else done happened since then. But if my daddy was here, but I can run home and say, Daddy, Daddy, he...
Come on.
And sometimes, you know, a barking dog is better than a biting dog. If Daddy just come on the porch and go, ooh, ooh, ain't nobody coming around here messing with his daughter, man. But if ain't no Daddy there, unprotected, man. You see? Unprotected. So I'm here, man. I've been left here to start talking to these young men because the world is going to hell in a handbasket, and it's because of the failure of men. We are not being men, so now women are stepping up trying to take our place, and the world is helping them. You know, I hate when Father's Day come around and I go to look at Father's Day card and I see one say, because you were the mother and the father. No, you weren't.
Let me catch you up just for a second. I've been knowing you for a long time.
Yes, sir.
Had a bunch of conversations with you, and they all was humorous. But today,
my God, my God,
see, you don't realize why you're here.
Come on.
Because God has a call on your life for this generation. Initially, I want to just bring you here and share your story because it was a good story and to encourage you, but as the people's pastor beyond this congregation, but on the outside, whether the thugs call me pastor and the gangsters call me pastor and the guys who everybody else is giving up on call me pastor. There's a divine call on your life. And you're on your way to hell.
My God.
With a purpose.
My God.
God spared you, and the reason it was for you. I'm speaking prophetically as, not as your friend, but I'm speaking prophetically as a man that carries the mantle of God. Because you will see a glimpse of what hell was going to be. You know, and the reason God let those white men snatch you up, because those were angels. Not that white is pure. I'm not twisted like that, but those represented angels that was going to carry you out of that situation and carry you into your purpose. But the reason you told them to let you down, because when they let you down, they was dropping you into your purpose. When you reached out to me and said, I want to be a part of the No More Bloodshed movement because I got something to say to people, because God is going to use you.
Yes, Lord.
Reggie Jones, come here.
Jesus.
Watch this.
Jesus this morning.
I'm way over my time. Watch this. He off the Wayside Lay Road area.
Oh man, I know.
But watch this. This is how we came to relationship. His homie was murdered off Lay Road or Wayside, one of them. He was caught up and scared. He called and said, I need help. I took him downtown and told the authorities, he got something to tell y'all, but he gonna leave with me. I'm not gonna let y'all keep him because God got a purpose for his life.
All right.
And I know he was nervous, like, man, you can't talk to them white folks like that. But I wasn't talking to him. The God inside of me was talking to him. Because I made him a covenant that I was gonna cover him. And now I'm gonna stand in covenant with you. We got a friend who's gonna be coming home soon.
So amazing. I spoke with him yesterday.
But when he comes home, the call is in your life. It's going to be magnified to the point that you'll be able to minister to him in one ear while I minister to him in the other ear. And it won't be jokes, but it'll be about life. Because this young man needs a guy like you to stand on the mountaintop and say, I know what God can do. So I challenge you today, for the boys in the hood, to open your mouth and declare your purpose.
For a purpose.
With a purpose. For a purpose. And I'm going to keep challenging you, because there's something inside of you that got to come out. Something inside you that got to be birthed. I'm not talking about traditional church stuff, but there's a street and a corner and a heathen and a sinner that need to know that God can save you and use you. And we're going to partner together and win back our hood. Can you accept that challenge?
Accept the challenge.
To God be the glory. To God be the glory. Hallelujah, Lord.
I have no doubt that my God can do the impossible.